Hello, everyone. My name is Miles Schofield, sales engineer for AOPEN North America. And today we're going to be doing a quick unboxing of the brand new AOPEN KP180 180-degree 4K, full 4K web camera. So let's get straight into it. So obviously the primary feature about this camera is the full 180 degrees. And what that makes it great for is applications where you want to fit everything in the screen, such as, education, whenever there's crowds or a large group of people you want to capture. Also, of course, the primary use is in small conference rooms, where if you use a very narrow field of view conference cameras, everyone off to the sides is just going to be completely cut off. So this allows you to capture a lot more information in the room. And then we'll go into the individual use cases a little bit later, but let's get straight to the unboxing and talk a little bit more about how it works. Now, the KP180 is just a standard web camera. If you plug it into any device, your basic webcam driver, if you we'll just pick it up and you'll be able to use it straight out of the box. So, you can just plug it in on your Mac, your PC, your Linux device, and it'll just pick up. You can start using it in Google and Zoom. Immediately. Now, what's in the box? So we'll get started. It's just a quick start guide. It contains a QR code for the software itself, and also multiple mounting options. It describes how to mount the camera in multiple of ways. And then for the hardware itself, you have these sticker magnets, which allow you to mount the camera on the bottom of a conference screen. And also you have, of course, your USB connector and then the camera itself. So for the camera itself, I do not have super small hands. It's actually a very, very large device. Now, you can see how much larger this is going to be than a regular webcam. So if I put just a standard web camera in the shot next to this, you can see that it's probably about 4 times as large. And the main reason it's so much larger is because it has these two cameras built in. And now what these two cameras do is that allows you to have a non-distorted, entirely full 180-degree view of the room that you're in. And the other thing that's in this camera is also a processor that stitches those two things together. So unlike a normal web camera that just is collecting information and sending it, this has 2 cameras and also the technology to do all the stitching and all that needs to be handled so that when you plug it in, it works straight out of the box. So some other things about this camera to note is, of course, it's got a privacy filter. When you get this thing, always make sure that you take the lens protectors off the front. Otherwise, you're going to get a cloudy view. This right here in the front is the microphone, which is still exposed, even if the privacy filter is engaged. And then you have these 2 buttons on top, which are designed to be used if you're using the camera just as a regular web camera without the software. So you have the mode button, which switches through the individual cameras and certain view angles, so you can slightly adjust that while you're using the camera without the software. And then this button over here allows you to adjust the angle on the sensor. So it gives you a slight adjustment if, say this thing is mounted on top or bottom of a conference room screen, and you just need to bump it up and down a little bit more than the software can handle, then that's what it allows you to do, that fine adjust right there on that button. So in terms of mounting options, you can see that it has a standard clip on the bottom, which you can just put on your work your work monitor or your laptop monitor. So it works pretty much standard like any other webcam. And then this clip actually comes off and there's actually a standard camera mounting port right here on the bottom. It allows you to use little tripods or standard consumer camera equipment to mount this on your desk in a variety of other situations. So the last thing to say about this type of web camera is that it does come with software. It's completely free. Main thing that you have to realize when you're using this web camera for conference calls and things like that is that conference calls do downscale heavily, almost by sometimes 10 times. So if you're using this thing in Zoom, you're not going to get 4K, obviously. Zoom just or Google Meet will just downscale it just a ton. And of course, the last thing I wanted to note about this camera is that I'm using it right now. So one of the key features of this camera is that it has this great mode called picture-in-picture. You get two cameras, and you can see that if I switch over, I'm using the software right now to get this effect. If you just plug this, this camera in regularly, you're going to get this type of effect. Let me just delete this box right here. So you can see, you really just see my entire apartment in this field of view and absolutely everything. So that's it for the unboxing today. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to learn more about how the software works, then please check out our software demo. Thank you.